Just a few hours ago, I recorded a Please Don't Fumble video for LR Tech Broly, and that video performed a lot better than I expected, so thank you for the love and support for that. And in that video, I mentioned if there was another character you'd like to see me talk about, please comment it in the comment section, of course. And one such user did, and they talked about, of course, STRUI Goku, so you can see, who we are here with today. Now, I can't properly credit this user because I can't actually read the name, but thank you for the comment and thank you for fueling today's video. If you would like to fuel the next one of these types of videos, please comment who I should talk about next, and if I like that comment or if I choose to do that one, I will screenshot it and give you the proper credit you deserve. And also feel free to disagree or let me know if you agree with the things I'm going to talk about in today's video regarding Dokkan not fumbling the EZA for STRUI Goku. But I do have a really quick subscriber challenge, of course, and just be honest if you do choose to participate. Regardless, I do appreciate you for being here. But here we have all 4 months. Did I just say months? Wow. All 4 seasons, right, of the year. I just want you to look at one of the seasons. Just one of the seasons. If I can guess the one that you're looking at, then you got caught lacking today for being too predictable. You got to subscribe to the channel. It is what it is. But if I don't guess it correctly, you can skip today's subscriber challenge. But you do have to owe me or do at least 3 push-ups for me. So either you subscribe or you do push-ups. It's really up to you. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyways, take 3 seconds. Look at any season you want. I'll give you 3, 2, 1. You're clearly looking at autumn, and don't change your answer. You just got caught lacking. I don't care. It is what it is. Of course, if you did click that, you know what you gotta do. If you didn't, get up and hand me 3. It is what it is. Anyways, let's hop into today's video. So STRUI Goku. The way I formatted the Broly video was I talked about what I want to see his passive change first, or what I want to see change in his passive first, and then I talk about the super attack stuff. But I first want to go into, like I did with Broly, the weaknesses of STRUI Goku, so you can understand why I made the changes that I made and why. Okay, so when it comes to these types of videos, just so you understand, it's like I'm just trying to put out good energy, because they say, and I think it's true, honestly, right? The energy you put out is the energy you get. So if I can put out positive vibes for STRUI Goku, then maybe in return we can get a good freaking looking EZA instead of some fumbling EZAs that they don't need to be fumbling. And STRUI Goku is one of those characters where I really don't want them to fumble. It is what it is. So one massive weakness is obviously the both super attacks, 12 and 18 key, right? They're not weak, it's just they could be a lot better. They're not raising defense or attack or doing much of anything besides just, disabling enemy's guard. It's cool, but they could definitely upgrade that. And then in terms of his passive skill, again, this is a pretty old character, so I'm not going to nitpick too much because we've been spoiled with a lot more these days. So, any biases I have now is not going to be a fair assessment of this character because he dropped almost 3 years ago. So a little bit unfair, but you get the point, right? So this character in today's meta just does not have enough start of turn attack and defense when you compare to what he has for the rest of his kit. A character can really start off with 10% attack and defense, but if they have some crazy stuff going on here, it doesn't really matter. But for STRUI Goku here, the rest of his kit does not justify him being able to walk into a fight with just 77% to attack and defense, strictly speaking defense here, and think he's going to be okay. Now, many people will say, okay, but he has a great chance to dodge, and that's perfectly understandable. Yes, he does. Again, a great chance to dodge is a very strong chance. For some reason, AGLUI Goku, same dodge chance, and for whatever reason, this guy dodges more than this guy. I don't get it. I have to make a video throwing this guy on the bus. Come on, it is what it is. This would not be a true UI Goku video if I didn't disrespect this guy. But anyways, so when it comes to this guy, again, 70% is good, but in today's content, if that does not proc, you are probably going to die. So we really need to up the defenses of STRUI Goku, giving him, you know, some good offensive buffs, but he is not really a character who, in my opinion, is strictly built for offense. He is more of a defensive unit in terms of the amazing dodge chance he has. So I want to build upon his ability to dodge as well as his defensive capabilities if for whatever reason he does not proc that actual chance to dodge. And you know, when it comes to characters who have a chance to dodge, there's always going to be that factor of, okay, you know, maybe, you know, he's not going to dodge, he might end up dying. So we just want to beef him up as much as possible without really making him too OP. So this is what I went with for his passive skill, and you can let me know, of course, if you agree, disagree, what you change, what you add, etc., etc. Now, I will say, I wanted to give him a, before I actually get into what I actually gave him, I really wanted to give him some type of buff that characters get once they dodge for like once or twice in a turn, similar to AGL-UI Goku. Here he gets an extra 30% defense within the same turn after evading an attack. I wanted to give him something like that. I drew inspiration from UI Goku here. I also drew inspiration from S-Tier Whis, because S-Tier Whis has a really broken ability where he is getting 50% defense infinitely every single time he dodges an attack within the same turn. So it's like if Whis dodges, you know, 10 attacks in slot 1, that's an extra 500% defense that Whis just got, right? So I took inspiration from that, and also from in Evolution Blue Vegeta here with his ability to build up damage reduction within the same turn. And once you get all of that, you get something like this here. And again, it seems lengthy, but let me just go over the passive skill first, and we'll go over super attacks a little bit later. This is what his new and improved passive, at least what I want to see, or something like this, this is what it looks like. So for STRUI Goku, for him not to, at least for Dokkan not to fumble this guy, this is basically what we cooked up here. So 90% attack and defense start of turn. You know, a decent buff, not really greatest buff, but a buff nonetheless from 77%. But again, that's not going to carry. It's not going to do much. Reduces damage received by 15%, up to 45% within the same turn after each attack evaded. So he dodges one attack, boom, 15% damage reduction. If he dodges 3 attacks, he's going to have 45% damage reduction. Actually, initially, I was going to give him defense plus 30%, up to like something like 90% maybe. But then I realized that 30, 40, you know, 60% defense is cool and all, but he's still getting one shot, right? If he dodges, like I can see a scenario where he dodges 2-3 attacks and still gets one shot with that extra 30, 60, 90% defense. So I thought that 45% damage reduction would definitely be more potent of a defensive buff rather than just that 30% defensive, you know, ability there. So that's why I did that. So again, he can build up. Again, if he's getting attacked 3, 4, 5 times in slot 1, he has a really strong chance of getting an extra 30 to 45% damage reduction. He guards all attacks and great chance of evading enemies' attack, including super, for 7 turns from the start of turn. So the dodge chance is the same, but now he's guarding for 7 turns. So when you walk into a field with 90% defense, granted, you have LR stats, right? 90% defense, you can build up damage reduction, and you're already guarding, is definitely good. We have not seen the super attack set, so hold on, right? But this is, I think, so far, really strong without going overboard. Keep in mind that, again, he is an LR. He has LR stats. If I just bump this up to like 130, 150, he's going to start looking really dumb. And he's also, remember, building up an extra, you know, decent amount of stats here. So you have to be really careful with the way you want to design these EZAs or LR EZAs, because things can get out of hand really quickly if you start throwing buffs all over the place. So again, I think the guard is good for the first 7 turns, and I think the 90% defense is decent. Again, it could be higher, but I like the 90% where it is, and half of that could be, you know, seed with damage reduction, if you will. And then he has a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, from starting of 8th turn. but he also gains a high chance of performing additional super attack. And the reason why I did that, which is going to be very apparent in a second, but it's just so that he can grab a little bit of extra defense, you'll see, but a little bit of extra defense once 7 turns have passed. Because again, once you remove guard, he's going to need as much defense as possible to keep up with whatever event he's in. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Plus an additional key plus 1 up to 7, and attack and defense plus 15% up to 90%, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 15% up to 45%, with each attack evaded, including super attack. So these are permanent buffs here. He's going to need to dodge 7 attacks to build up his key, 6 attacks to build up his 90% attack and defense, and 3 attacks to build up his, 45% crit chance. So once again, with 70% chance to dodge and guarding for 7 turns, you're going to be able to build, unless you have some terrible RNG, you're going to easily be able to build this up. Granted, last time it took him, not last time, but before this theoretical EZA, it would take him a total of 7 attacks that he needs to dodge in order to fully build up. This time, not only is he building up more, but he's building up, not only is he building up more here, but he's building up faster, because 90 divided by 15 is 6 attacks instead of 7 attacks. And honestly, that extra 15% defense mixed in with the damage reduction here and this defense here could be the difference between life or death in a specific event. So, building up faster and more per stack, I think is definitely going to make him look a lot better. But in total, you're looking at 180% to attack and defense. In total, before, 77 plus 77 is 154. So he got up to, from dodging and base, about 154% attack max. Now he's looking at 180% max to both attack and defense. But again, small buff in terms of attack if you really think about it. But when you factor in the 45% chance to crit, the potential additional super attack starting from the 8th turn, and then the guarding all attacks for the first 7, and the damage reduction, I think he ends up being a very well designed overall, a very well designed defensive character who can put up some really nice offensive numbers. And then when it comes to his super attacks, I gave him the ability to stack on 12 and then greatly raise attack for 1 turn on 18. Now, the stacking for 12, again, I feel like even with all of this is going to make him really, really good for sure, in my opinion at least. But I don't think it would hurt at all, honestly, to have him stack attack and defense, at least in his 12 key. Now it probably makes more sense why I gave him the ability to perform additional super attack starting from the 8th turn, because when you lose that guard, you're going to want to build up as much defense as possible. So if you can snag a quick high chance to perform additional super attack, you can potentially stack 2 times in a turn, which is going to raise your defense up a lot higher, which is going to, in turn, obviously make you a better defensive unit. Keep in mind that with STRUI Goku here, 77 plus 77, 154%. This guy was, for me at least, with him being Rainbow, I think he's Rainbow on my account. Let me actually check that real quick. I have Dokkan open, link leveling here, but let me actually check. STRUI Goku, just so I can give you some accurate numbers in terms of what he's really capable of. STRUI Goku is not a Rainbow to my account. He has 2 dupes in him, okay? And with those 2 dupes and fully built up, he has around 300 something K defense. I mean, I'm not including support there. From the last time I remember using him, around 300k defense. So I'm going from 154% to fully built up to 180. Okay, so that is only 26% extra defense. So in reality, he's I know it looks crazy here, but in reality, he's still gonna be probably maxed out at around 300 something, maybe 400k defense. So stacking is not going to be a problem for him. I feel like maybe some people may think that this is going to be too OP. I don't think so. I think you're going to be completely fine with this guy stacking. to help you raise your defense up a lot faster. Because remember, again, you're building up slowly. So if you can build up your attack and defense while you're building up your attack and defense, you're going to shoot up. Your attack and your defense is going to shoot up pretty fast. Again, while you're dodging and performing super attacks, etc., etc. So he is, like, overall, from max stats, he's not that much improved. So the stacking here is not going to be too OP. It's going to help him look, you know, meta relevant, I should say. And then everything else here is just to make him more tanky and just make him perform and just look a lot better. And then for his 18 key, I'm a big fan of characters raising defense on both 12 and 18 key. But then I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Everything in this kit, besides like the crit, is like defensive oriented, right? Because he's getting defense per dodge here. The additional super attack, which is, again, he's I guess doing an attack there, doing damage, but it's just really to stack the defense. Let's be, you know, quite honest here. And then let's see here, the guarding, obviously, the extra damage reduction, like this, the dodging, like this character is a really strong defensive character. So I wanted to give him just a little push offensively to kind of match his offensive and defensive capabilities, and that's where the greatly raising attack for 1 turn comes in. So if you were fully built up with 180% to attack and defense, your 45% chance to crit, your offensive stack slowly, this, like a 1 turn of 18 key, I mean, you can end up looking like, I can definitely easily see attack stats of like 10, 11, 12 mil a few turns into the fight, which I think no one, like, who can, like, why not let this guy look like that? Honestly, like, when I think about some characters today, I feel like I kind of held back a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, I think he's really improved with this kit. And if we get something like this, or just give him some built-in damage reduction, or just make him really OP, like some of these other characters here, I guess not really other characters, just Whis. Every single dodge he gets, give him something really strong. Make him good. But this is what I personally would like to see. Let me know if you think it's a little bit too broken, if you think it's a little too, you know, like too OP. What would you change? What would you add? What would you do different? Do you just completely agree? Do you like the build? Do you think you would see yourself, like, do you see yourself having complete, like, fun with this character? If Goku was built like this with these super attack effects and this passive, would you see yourself having fun with this character? Personally, I know I still really enjoy using S-tier UI Goku to this day. So for him to get all of these really nice buffs and additions to his kit, I think mixed in with everything else, it's gonna make for a really nice, well-designed character who can dodge. If he's not gonna dodge, hey, listen, he already has some really strong built-in defensive mechanics, and he can put out some really solid offensive numbers as well. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and peace.